Hello and welcome to Suitable Conversations, a podcast for just furry things in general. We got myself, Tali, and then Tiger over here.
Hi.
And our guest for today is going to be Paco Panda.
I am Paco Panda. Hello.
This is Paco.
Yeah.
Right next to me.
Yeah, I'm next to Tiger.
Yeah, making smells.
No, you. It smells really
No,
bad.
he's not smelly.
No,
He
you
smells
smell.
good. I'm the
Oh,
smelly one.
Yeah, you smell really bad.
Yeah.
You guys can smell. I don't want to. I'm not a part of that. Don't
Paco
include me.
is an artist.
I'm an artist.
Yes.
What kind of music do you play?
I play banda, reggaeton, like very Mexican music.
You play music on paper with pencils.
Yeah.
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 And if you are interested in some of his work, we'll put the link on the page
Yeah.
in the description. I don't know where links go.
Yeah, they just go
Look,
wherever.
we'll edit it right here.
I don't know if I
Right.
can do it. YouTube's dumb nowadays.
Oh. We'll edit it somewhere.
Yeah.
We'll put it
Yeah.
right over my face.
I can see the links.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But check his stuff out because he is amazing. He also has a book out of his works. And this is the book right here.
Oh yeah.
And it's really good. This is mine.
Yeah, that's yours.
It's mine. Sorry you guys can't buy it.
So you have all your art there?
Yeah. I have the art of Paco in my
Okay.
in my paws. But yeah, Paco,
Hello.
where are you from?
I am from Mexico. Maybe you can notice this, but my stupid accent.
Yes, that's stupid.
Well, yes. My English is not perfect, but I try it.
It's very good.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know about you, Tali, but the foreign languages I learned in high school and elementary school were not. I didn't pick up very much.
Yeah. I had to take so many years of Spanish and I got absolutely nothing
Oh.
out of it.
Man,
Yeah.
I feel actually ashamed about how little Spanish I know. But you've heard me speak Spanish, you know. I know like 4 words and I know how to put them.
Yeah, you're always trying. It's
I'm
fun. It's
trying.
funny.
At least I could get a laugh out of it.
Yes. So sometimes I know loud thing, but it is an internally loud thing.
Yeah, that's
This
right.
guy. But okay, I like it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Okay, good. But yeah, so for those of you watching that may be from America or Canada or Europe, you may not know how big the scene is down in Mexico, how big the furry scene is, and like you were telling me earlier, it's getting pretty big, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very big, especially in this last years. It has been growing up very fast.
Yeah.
It is very hard to calculate how many furries are down in Mexico.
Yeah.
But we already having some conventions because we started with fur meets back in 2008.
Yeah.
Probably in 2008 it started the very first fur meets in Mexico, like the real ones. Because before 2008, it didn't exist anything
Yeah.
in the Furry Fandom community. While I think here in America, it started in '92 with
Oh,
conventions.
Yeah.
And
Long
in
time ago.
1999, it started the big conventions like Anthrocon.
Yeah.
In Mexico, it existed nothing.
Yeah.
But it was in 2008 when it started the very first fur meets in Mexico. Probably we were like 30,
Ooh.
like 31st, hanging together in Guadalajara. Guadalajara had the very first fur meet.
Ooh.
It was a big one, but it was very far from the concept of a convention.
Right. Is that the one that turned into a convention?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but back in 2008, it was just a meeting with friends.
I like that. I like it when meat turns into a bigger fur meet and then turns into a convention. In fact, we have, I know you know of Texas Furry Fiesta, but we had one spawn off called Furry Siesta. Have you heard of
Yes.
that one?
Yes, I've
yeah,
heard
where
about
it's
that,
just
yes.
like a giant fur meet at a hotel
Yeah.
over the weekend. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It's there's not really any panels, nothing scheduled. but it is so much fun to just run around the hotel and be a big animal.
Yeah, they started actually trying to turn it into a convention.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, like the last siesta. Oh, you didn't go to that one, did you?
No, I missed
yeah,
it.
Yeah, you missed it. Okay.
Yeah.
So like the thing is they started having kind of like a panel. Like so this last one they had a like a dealer's den, like an artist alley.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then they have like little dances at the end of the night, and the one I know you went to the one before that.
Yeah.
Those dances were kind of like only a couple people were there and everything.
Yeah.
But this one was a little bit better, more of like a smaller convention style type of thing, and it was actually working out pretty well. And I think they're going to be adding more.
All right.
Cool stuff.
Someone's going to bring a bigger boombox.
Yeah. they had a little setup going.
Then did they?
Yeah,
okay.
They
all right.
They had a little stuff.
I'll bring my best mixtape.
Yeah, you honestly could pull up probably.
Yeah? Do you think they've got a cassette tape player?
I mean,
yeah?
Maybe. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would like that.
DJ Meerkat?
Yeah, just
DJ Nightblind?
Some oldies.
Yeah, oh god, yeah. Get all that old 90s dance music.
Yeah, get all that out. That'd be good.
I would clear out the dance floor so fast.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
But, yeah, with ours, it kind of turned into, like, Texas is hot, so you can't really suit too many places in the summer unless you just are really dedicated. So it was more of a, we'll have a place you can go and suit, and there's AC and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I'm sure Guadalajara is pretty hot too.
Yeah, also in all Mexico is
pretty much
the weather is
Mexico,
very hot. We don't have a real winter.
That darn equator, you know, getting the most sun.
Yeah, for us winter is like 15 Celsius, something like that. I have no idea how much is that in Fahrenheit.
That's about. I would. Someone's gonna correct me so hard, but I'm guessing the 40s or 50s.
But 30 people for like a first fur meet is actually not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, and in 2008 it started the many fur meets. That was the first one, but also we had Confurtiva very close to Mexico City, and in Puebla there was the Fur Meet Puebla. Probably the most attended fur meet we had, it was in Guadalajara, but we didn't have even fursuits.
Oh,
what?
Fursuits didn't exist in Mexico back in 2008.
Wow.
So I was kind of disappointed because that was my very first furry event.
Yeah.
And when I knew about the Furry Fandom, I always associate that with fursuits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I attended my very fur meet, everyone was like in their human disguise. I was like, oh, there's no furries there, and I asked, what about the fursuits? Where can I see the fursuits?
Yeah.
And they told me, it is only happens in the American cons.
Oh
that,
no.
That doesn't exist here in Mexico.
Oh no.
So I tried to be the very first fursuiter in Mexico.
Oh, that must be wild. Being the only suitor.
I failed in the try because I started my building my fursuit in 2011. But in 2011 was the year that appeared the first 4 or 5 fursuiters in Mexico.
Oh wow! So people beat you too.
Yeah, I was the third one.
Yeah. Hey, you're still the first 5. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You're the first panda, aren't you?
Oh, of course.
The one and only. Yeah.
The first panda.
That's really cool.
Suddenly, the furry fandom exploded in Mexico. But like, it was in 2012 that I organized an event in my city, in my town. Suddenly, we had 80 attendees.
Yeah,
that was a lot.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
That was a lot only for making an event in Facebook. I was organizing that in Facebook with an open invitation. It was not like a formal one. It was just an open invitation that I want to go to this park. Maybe some furries can join us, and suddenly we had 80 attendees.
Yeah.
That's when Fur Meet Guadalajara started making some plans for the fandom in Mexico.
Yeah.
And it was in 2017 when they started making the Fur Meet more like a convention.
Right. And you were telling me that the attendance has just climbed since.
Oh yeah, we had in 2017 170 attendees.
Yeah.
And they are still calling it Fur Meet.
Yeah.
But they had artist Tali, they had panels.
Okay.
They had even dance competition.
Oh wow, cool.
It was a really cool event because we also rented a trampoline park. So all the first suitors were jumping in a trampoline park.
Now you're making me so jealous. I would go through the roof.
It was super fun and tiring, of course.
Yeah.
Especially in Force 8.
Yeah, it sounds hot.
Jumping around. Still though, I would.
Yeah, but I would love that.
I would be all over that. You guys have no idea.
Yeah.
So it was until 2018, so a year ago, that Fur Meet changed completely the concept, and they really wanted to make it a convention, a proper convention. So it was the first convention in Mexico with 540 attendees.
Wow.
So that much the fandom in Mexico
in
grew
1 year.
In 1 year, it was a very small hotel. That was the problem, because there were many people who were interested in attending, but we had only a limit number of attendees.
Yeah.
That was 500,
Yeah.
and that was all. And it filled. The convention was in October, and it filled in August. So
wow.
Since August, nobody could register anymore.
Wow, that is a lot of growth. So there are a lot of people coming out and, I guess, realizing the fandom.
Yeah.
I like it.
We have many American attendees.
Mm-hmm.
Last year in Compudor is the name of the convention.
Oh, okay.
And I think they spread the word because they were saying it is a really cool convention. Everything is cheap. Food is amazing.
Yeah. Long ago.
All the artists in Artist Alley are very cheap. Well, more than cheap, unexpensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the art that you could find in the dealer's den was amazing also.
Oh man.
But they were charging for a commission 300 pesos. That's like $15. And it was a really amazing artist, and I was like, oh yeah, please.
Were you in the Artist Alley in that one?
Yes.
Oh yeah, see, amazing artist in the Artist Alley. Oh man, how long does it take you to do a piece when you're sitting in the Artist Alley and somebody comes up to commission you?
Around 1 hour.
Wow, even with all the people coming up to talk to you?
Yeah, including that chat.
Yeah.
I got very used to that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I really enjoy it, that people come to me and talk with me. Even the artists next to me, I can be chatting with them and saying hi to the people, telling about my work, or they are telling me about themselves. It is very enjoyable for me.
That is so great.
But at the same time, keep working at it because I usually take 4 commissions per day.
Yeah.
4 or 5 commissions, depending how long it's gonna be open the dealers then.
Sure.
And yeah, I try to to finish all of them.
Wow, I can't imagine because even with things as simple as cooking or cleaning or something, I have to have zero distractions. I guess I get distracted easily. You know how meerkats are. But I prefer the house be empty. Y'all just, if I'm behind the stove, everybody just go out the door for me. I am awful. I don't know how you do that. It's fascinating.
I really got used to that.
Yeah.
Because I remember in maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I had to be completely in silence, not even music, to be drawing and be concentrated. But little by little, especially for those meetings that we started making in Guadalajara, some local meetings of artists that we meet every week to draw together.
Oh, cool.
That is very cool and very recommendable if you are listening to an artist to find some other local artist. Because it is not only very entertaining, but it's it helps you a lot because they give you feedback. You can give them feedback. So every artist can be improving together.
That is a really good piece of advice. Like having somebody there to give you constructive criticism, and constructive criticism is always a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a very good piece of advice for anybody drawing or trying to get into drawing.
I think we got a recent art jam type of thing set up.
We do, yes.
Yeah, like I haven't seen it. I haven't been to it because obviously I don't draw. But I think somebody set one up, and there's like a public one where you can just go there and draw.
Which is fantastic. Yeah. I would go just to socialize.
Yeah.
But bless all of y'all that can do that. That can talk and draw at the same time because. I would probably look up from my drawing and there would be a line going from like an ear all the way to the corner of the page. Yeah, I'm just awful.
4 hours later. Like
yeah.
A circle.
Tiger, this doesn't look like a lion. It looks like the floor plans to a house.
Yeah, I also participated in some Doodles for Charity. That's the name of the event.
Right, yes.
Yeah, Doodles for Charity is making some doodles and encouraging the people who are asking for those doodles to donate for the charity of the convention. Every convention.
That's pretty cool. That's coming up for TFF, isn't it?
Yeah. In TFF there will be a Doodles for Charity event.
You and a bunch of other artists actually.
Yeah, including Bolt. Like it is an orange fox or an orange duck. I don't know. It's an orange canine.
An orange cutie.
It is Huskap. Who else? Because I remember in the Antro Northwest we were telephone. Also there was Uncle Kage making some doodles. It was very funny.
Those were entertaining.
Because you could have an original Uncle Kage even if Uncle Kage is not an artist.
Yeah. Even if he just draws a little. I don't know, cat ears or something.
It is very difficult to draw in fursuit.
Yeah.
But it's also very fun.
How do you hold the writing implement without banging your hand on the microphone?
Yeah, and they give us crayons instead.
They give you crayons?
Yeah, so we are doodling in crayons.
That's awesome. I think I want to poke my nose in there and see if I can.
Yeah, that sounds like a good
do something.
Good little thing.
Like purchase a doodle for charity. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Do people tell you what to doodle, or do you just think?
No, they only tell you draw my persona, and that's.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a very special request because they are in fursuit. Everyone is in fursuit.
Yeah.
Except Uncle Kage.
Yeah.
Everybody is in fursuit, and they are just doodling like a 5-year-old kid.
Oh, sure, yeah, okay. That's still really cute.
So you can say that you have an original Paco Panda, but not like the artist. An original fursuiter Paco Panda.
There you go. Come and see Paco in the charity room.
Yeah, it is funny.
Thomas, you gonna go?
Probably.
I'm gonna put you behind the table.
That sounds pretty. Oh no, not to draw. No.
No, look at you draw.
No, I'll pull up though. It sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Draw me a noodle dragon.
You'll get like a circle, two couple.
That's gonna be
like little squigglies coming out.
Like a spaghetti dragon.
Yeah, basically just some squiggles coming out. Like,
what if you're like secretly an awesome artist and you draw like, let me see the best I can do. Then you turn the picture around and it's like a perfect haiku from Spirited Away.
I don't know, man. I've tried. Maybe it's the other hand. Maybe it's
the
other hand.
You should go left-handed. Oh no.
Well, taking back the theme of the fursuiters in Mexico.
Oh, right.
In that first fur meet, that it was more like a convention. We had 30 fursuiters. So suddenly from 2011, that it was the year that appeared the very first fursuit in Mexico.
Wow.
From 2017, like 6 years ago, suddenly we grew up even in the number of fursuiters and fursuit makers. There are many great fursuit makers in Mexico.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, like there are many, like Hanabi's Bumble, Catual Studios. I can't remember, but there are many.
Yeah, well, there's two right there. That's great.
And suddenly in 2018 in Confuror, we had more than 80 fursuiters.
Wow.
Which is very awesome. That is also growing the number of fursuiters in Mexico. And that's only in Mexico, but every country in Latin America has their own story.
Yeah.
Like for example, Argentina is having their very first convention this year.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that is Argentina Furry Fiesta.
Cool.
And also Brazil. Brazil has their own convention.
I've heard about that one.
It's going to be their third or fourth year now.
Yeah.
I think it's the third year for Brazil Furry Fest.
Why don't we go?
Yeah,
we'll meet up there. Yeah,
let's practice our Portuguese.
Yes.
Oh no.
I don't know any Portuguese. Actually, I know the one word in Portuguese, and anybody forgive me for saying this wrong, but costeñas, little meatballs that are the most delicious things ever. I have a friend that makes them.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'll put 3 or 4 in my mouth at once. I just love them so much.
No, Brazilian cuisine is really good.
Yes, it is.
Still, Mexican is my favorite.
Oh, well, you know.
Yeah.
You like Tex-Mex though, right?
No, I don't like Tex-Mex.
No burritos?
No, I don't like burritos too much. I prefer like real Mexican food, like pozole, enchiladas.
With lots of lime, right?
Yeah. Tacos of bamboo, of course.
Tacos of bamboo, yes. Chew on that for a while.
Yeah.
I like the grub-filled tacos. The little grubs and worms are coming out. Actually.
Like in the mezcal, in the bottle of mezcal, you can find a little worm in the bottom.
Oh, right. In the tequila?
No, that's in mezcal.
Oh, okay.
Mezcal is like the inferior version of tequila.
Oh.
Yeah, tequila.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, tequila is from Jalisco. That is the state where I'm living. It is made with blue agave.
Okay.
And mezcal is made with any other kind of agave.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and the flavor is very different. You can difference the flavor of tequila and mezcal very easily.
I am very bad with alcohol.
You said me too.
There's a worm in it?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And it is just for decoration, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Because it doesn't change the flavor.
You never heard people say, "Oh, you drank the worm."
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I
Yeah.
remember. I think it was some TV show. They drank the worm or something like that, and then they started hallucinating and all this other stuff. I think it was like George Lopez.
Oh man, we just got Tali to admit he watched George Lopez.
I mean, hey, that was years ago.
About language, either Confuror, that is in Guadalajara, Mexico, Brazil Fur Fest, and Argentina Fur Fest, or Furry Fiesta, or I don't know how it's called.
Yeah.
They are all of them English friendly.
Cool.
So everybody who wants to go and attend, even if they are from North America or Europe, they are very welcome.
Good, because I would like to attend, but you know, I can't get anywhere knowing the words cerveza and abuelita.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, no, they are really trying to make those conventions very English friendly.
That's awesome. That's really great. I mean, I wish we could do the same. Make it multicultural.
Yeah.
Well, it is like a Nordic FOSCON that it is in Sweden and they speak Swedish, but all the convention is completely in English.
Yeah.
To make it friendly for everyone, not only for the Swedish people. Which is awesome, I think.
That is really great. That's another one I would love to go to.
Oh, it's super fun. Probably it's my favorite convention.
Oh, man. You hear that, TFF? We got to step up our game.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I'm excited for
but
TFF too.
That's one thing about the fandom that I find so fascinating is how multicultural it is and how much I've learned about different cultures from first-hand experiences. People like Paco there, live in Mexico. It totally changed what I know, what I learned about, like Mexico from school, from the basic Spanish classes I took, and it's just, I find that really fascinating.
Yeah, that not everybody in Mexico is wearing sombreros.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. School kind of touches on that
It is fun though. It is fun though. I really like stereotypes in Mexico. Are very funny.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes I'm wearing my sombrero. I would love to wear a poncho, but ponchos are very hot. Very warm.
Really yeah. I can't imagine. America has some pretty funny stereotypes too. But yeah, that's really fun. I think I've actually seen a picture of you in a sombrero.
Yeah.
Haven't you taken a few? Yeah.
Yeah, I have a sombrero, and sometimes I make some pictures with it.
Yeah.
Like showing that I'm very Mexican.
See, this is where I'm from.
Yeah.
I would look too goofy in a sombrero.
Talking about multicultural, you know that there's another convention, but in South Africa.
I did not know that.
No?
South Africa has a convention?
Yeah.
Wow, when did that start?
Yeah, it is very small. Maybe they have like 30 or 40 attendees, but still there is one there.
Yeah.
When it started, I don't know.
Wow.
To be honest, I don't know.
I'll have to look that up. That's really cool.
Yeah, have you been to any of these conventions? It sounds like you go to a whole bunch.
No.
No.
Well, you did. No, you went to Nordic FuzzCon.
I went to Nordic FuzzCon. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the last one you were at in Toronto.
Yeah. It was Vernal Equinox. Yes.
Vernal Equinox. That one. Oh, I want to go to that one too.
This is gonna be 3 weeks of furry conventions.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it was. I'm making a trip of 2 months.
Wow.
So wait.
Oh no, ding dong.
Is that rabbit? Here, hold on.
Yeah, do you mind?
I'll check it.
What time is it?
I have no idea. Boop. Oh. Boop boop.
Is it him?
Rabbit, you want to join us? You don't have to be on video.
I definitely don't want to be on video.
No, you won't be.
Yeah.
You want to join us?
Yeah, come on in.
I don't know what I would say.
You just add to the conversation.
Yeah, you just add to the conversation. You can just sneak on here.
So, how many cons have you been out of the country, Robin?
I've never been to a con out of the country.
You've never been to a con in Canada?
Oh, I did. Yeah, I don't consider Canada another country.
It's so much like America,
you took my
isn't
seat,
it?
Rabbit.
Oh, I took your seat. What do you want me to say?
Over there.
So,
Oh, okay.
Canada is another big state in America.
Yeah, it's just one big state. It's America's hat.
It's our 51st state. Yeah, so I've been to one out of state. See,
Wow.
I told you I wouldn't do well on this.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. And did you find any tiny, even little bit culture differences?
Cultural differences?
Yeah.
Quite a few.
Oh, really? Okay.
A lot of people were speaking French.
Right. Oh, yeah. Ooh la la.
I had never had poutine before.
What is that like? I've always wanted to taste it.
It is amazing.
Is it?
Yes.
Am I missing out?
Yes, you are. It is French fries with cheese curds and then brown gravy.
Oh.
Yeah,
I've always
sounds really good.
Yeah. Is it everywhere up there?
Pretty much. Yeah, it's everywhere. You can even get it at Arby's.
No way.
Do not get it at Arby's.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I'm surprised people are in very good shape in Toronto when they have foods like poutine available.
Right.
That sounds very American.
I know. How have we not? I'm sure we have other foods.
We will take poutine and make it even more unhealthy. If we
we'll put it in a burrito.
Yeah. A poutine burrito. You're onto something.
Yeah, hey, patent
no.
pending.
You were first.
If you're listening, Taco Bell, I got this. The Poutino.
No. That sounds really bad in Spanish.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
See, I just said a Spanish word.
Oh, no.
I'm already speaking the language. I bet you there's like the 2 Spanish listeners we have right now laughing really hard.
Yes.
Either that or they're blocking you.
Yeah, probably. Oh, that's great. I've never heard French being spoken very much, like in person. It would probably blow my mind if everywhere I went there was like French instructions on something or French people talking right next to me. I love that language.
But there is a big difference between the French from France and French from Canada.
Is there really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, if you have seen French movies, it's not gonna sound like French in Canada.
Oh, wow. And do you know why, or is it just something you've noticed?
It is for the accent.
Oh, okay.
Especially for the accent, yeah, of course. There is a big ocean separating each other.
Sure,
so
yeah.
there must be a difference of accents.
Oh.
Like for us and the Spanish in Spain, that is very different.
Oh, yeah.
Not only for the accent in this case, in Spanish from Spain and Spanish from Mexico and in general in Latin America is very different.
Yeah, the actual words.
Yeah, the actual words.
Yeah.
That's one of the only things I learned in Spanish.
Yeah.
Was that they use, I think it's like one of the, like nosotros and vosotros or something.
Vosotros.
Yeah, vosotros.
They're already beyond me.
Yeah, I know. Like, that's the only thing, one of the only things I remember.
Look, I knew...
They use different types of like verbiage or just the general word. But,
yeah, there are many words that are changing.
Yeah,
also, sometimes even the way that they make the sentences is very different than in Spanish in Latin America.
Wow.
But we can understand it.
Yeah, you can probably pick out what you're trying to say.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like,
or, I mean, sometimes. If it were me talking, I don't know.
That was one of the things I learned is like Puerto Ricans, I think it was. They speak really fast.
Oh,
yeah.
They really do.
Portuguese?
Yeah. In fact, I've got a supervisee who I was introducing to one of my patients from Mexico.
Yeah.
And she was talking to him and she's Puerto Rican. She's talking to him in Spanish. And he asked her like 3 times to repeat herself. So.
Oh, wow.
I do that to people that speak English to me. Whoa, slow down. My ears don't work that fast. My meerkat ears, I got sand in them.
It is not the case with Fox Amour, but the English from Scotland. Wow, it's very hard.
Oh, boy. And they actually, their language is that the one derived from the Celtic language? Where a lot of the words they use are based on the Celtic language?
I don't know.
I might be totally wrong.
That sounds right. I don't know.
Sounds right.
Yeah. Of course.
I'm going to say yes.
Yes,
of course.
well.
Yeah, always.
Well, and I was telling Paco yesterday, going along the same lines as you know, languages, words derived from languages that are dying or dead. The Russian alphabet is Cyrillic, so it's based on the Greek alphabet and not the Roman, and that's why they have like 36 letters, and some of the letters that look like English letters or Romantic letters, they actually make a different sound.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of stuff. I love that stuff. I wish I had the time and energy to learn Russian, but unfortunately I don't.
Yeah, but for learning a language, you must practice it.
Oh,
yeah,
probably every day, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to have people
say
who
das vidanya to that.
Yeah, people, friends, or family that actually speak in the language.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why English is easier for many people in the world, because it now is turning in the universal.
Yeah.
Universal
It's
language.
pretty universal. Yeah.
It's hard though.
Nah, it's not.
English isn't hard. I've heard English is one of the hardest languages to learn because we have a lot of words that sound just like another word but mean something completely different.
No, I think there are most difficult language to learn, because even in English they don't have the difference of genders in the in the words.
Yeah.
Like for example, the word planet, planeta, it's male. And the word globo, balloon, is also male. Would be female. Like house.
House is female?
The word house is female, yes. It's la casa.
Okay. Oh, yes. So you wouldn't have a caso.
Mm-hmm. So
it
would be, it wouldn't be el casa. It would be la casa.
La casa.
And I think it's the same with French. So sometimes those little things are more complicated in other languages that English doesn't have it.
German has that too.
German does
different
have
genders
Yeah,
for different
also
things.
Their computer. I remember that one because it was written on the side of the computer in my German class.
Yeah, also in Spanish, a computer is female, so it's la computadora.
Oh, why? Oh, that's interesting that it's female in some languages and male in other languages.
Yeah.
Oh.
Language is not my thing. I would never be able to speak so many languages. I know there's so many people that can speak like 2, 3, 4 languages.
Yeah.
And that's not my thing at all. It's you have to rewire your brain and everything. And the one thing that I get so confused about sometimes is like how people think. And like, do you think in Spanish or do you think in English?
It depends.
Oh wow!
So like, that's like one of the things.
Sometimes I'm thinking in English. Yeah.
Yeah, language is so weird. It's just how your brain like thinks and puts words together. It's completely different in different languages, and you have to structure your sentences differently. I remember when I was learning Spanish in school, they're basically like, all right, basically everything you know about English, it's completely backwards in Spanish. Like you don't put,
just rearrange the words.
Yeah, basically it's like you don't say that you're going to do this. It's like you put this word here and that word after and all this other stuff. Like,
or in German, it's like you don't go and do this. This has you.
Yeah, basically
doing it.
Yeah, like the actual English translation is like the computer has me or something.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So
the furry fandom has me. But I've also heard that people that know more than one, it possibly might be more than 2 languages fluently, have a hard time even with their native language thinking of a word for something. So the more languages that you know, the harder time you have thinking of the word in your native language for this and that. It just slips your mind.
Yeah, sometimes that happens even in my podcast that we are running that podcast in Spanish, and sometimes I forgot the words and I tell them in English, and or sometimes I make it like Spanglish there.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, oh no, I missed that. Remember with this.
I do hear people talking in a foreign language sometimes, and every once in a while, like an English word will just slip in. It's like natural. I'll be like, they'll be talking, sandwich, talking.
And that's when you know to go to lunch with them. I love sandwiches. Yeah. Oh, what's this I hear? Soul Man's Barbecue. And then the rest of you can't understand. Okay.
Or when somebody is speaking in another language, like in German, and suddenly you hear your name, it's like,
oh yeah,
you're talking about me.
Oh no.
In psychology, that's called the cocktail party phenomenon.
Ooh, that's really interesting.
You can be in a room with all kinds of background noise, lots of conversations going on, but whenever you hear your name, it comes through everything. So.
Yeah.
We will have Rabbit on this podcast at a later time. We could talk more about that because that kind of stuff. Yeah, we're gonna drag you on here, but that kind of stuff is really interesting to me.
Yeah, I like that.
The cocktail party phenomenon. Did you catch it?
I think so.
Oh.
There's a lot to talk about. All of everything else.
Yeah.
But what about you, Paco?
Yeah.
What about your drawing? Like how long have you been drawing and
tell us about yourself.
Yes.
About myself.
Yeah.
Well, it is very hard to answer the question of when I start drawing. Because I haven't stopped drawing since I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And I created my character, the panda character, when I was 9 years old. I created this character, this panda, and I keep making stories about him. And suddenly I thought that character, it was representing myself.
Oh, sure.
So I was a furry without knowing about the furry fandom.
Yeah.
And I had a persona.
Sense,
And I really felt like this character was completely me, and I turned a very nerd about panda bears. So I researched a lot, not only of panda bears, but actually for all the birds. And I think, well, I blame Disney for all this. Mm-hmm. Because I was very obsessed with this TV show, Tailspin. Yeah, Tailspin was
my language.
Yeah, I was very obsessed with Tailspin, so I was very obsessed with bears.
Right.
And I wanted to be part of that show, so I created my own panda character to make it like be with the character, with the crew. But suddenly I grew up and I decided to not make my panda character as a fan art of like a fanfic.
Oh sure, yeah.
Yeah, so this panda had his own story. It was in high school when I kept creating the story of this panda, and I could be the mascot of my high school. I could have this experience of being the mascot and putting a disguise of an animal. I was a bee.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
like a honeybee.
I think it was more like a wasp, but everybody called it bee because it is the bee, and everybody was calling the mascot of the university was a bee, but I think it was a wasp.
Oh my gosh, wasp scared me.
Yes, me too.
Oh no!
I was one.
Oh no!
It was my very first fursuit. So that's when I could be completely myself, like sitting in this bee. It was something amazing. I don't know that can be part of the team and have control of all the audience, about the public.
Entertain people.
Yeah, entertaining people, interacting with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I was dreaming that one day I could be my own character and doing all this, but as my character. I had no idea about the furry fandom.
Wow.
I had no idea at that time about the furry fandom. So I had no idea when I could be my panda if I had a disguise as a panda, as my character. But suddenly I found about the furry fandom when I was in an artist furry meet. An artist meet. Yeah. Artist meeting. I went to an artist meeting, and then I was carrying my portfolio, and for me, I considered myself like a cartoonist.
Sure.
Like an animal cartoonist, because I was specialized in animals. And it was a furry in this meeting, and he was checking my portfolio, and he asked me, "Hey, are you not a furry? Because I can see all of your furry stuff here." I was like, "Oh, I don't know what is furry. What are you talking about?"
What is furry?
Yeah, what is furry? And he started talking to me about the furry fandom and the fursonas and the fursuits, and my mind was like,
yeah.
Wow, this is incredible. Yes, you are telling me exactly what I want to be. So I had no idea that there were more people like me.
Wow. Do you still talk to this person?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, wow.
And this person is one of the main organizers of Computer.
Oh, fantastic. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And it's very nice.
I just imagine you going up to somebody and they're like, "Oh, hey, I like all your furry drawings or whatever," and like they're like, you know, you got sketchbooks like full of all of these like furry drawings, and then all of a sudden it's like, "Are you a furry?" Like, I don't know what that is. Probably not. Like, like I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. And you just have like a full portfolio.
Because he was checking my portfolio, and he noticed that I draw a lot of pandas, and he pointed out, "Why are you drawing too many pandas?" I know that's actually one character, and it represents myself. Oh, that's your persona.
Your persona, yeah, that's what I was saying. Oh, your sona.
Yeah.
What?
So yeah, it was a panda since I arrived the fandom. So I I didn't have to choose my persona when I joined the fandom.
Yeah.
But that I had to think about, which would be my persona?
It just
I already
came
was
so
a fandom.
naturally, right? Yeah. That's the best.
Yeah.
Wow.
So do you just draw and sell drawings, or do you have other merchandise or anything else you do, or what?
Merchandise? Well, Artwork Tea is dedicated to make a merchandise of myself.
Oh, okay.
But no, I haven't pushed myself to make like
t-shirts.
No, he has shirts.
I have t-shirts, but those were by Artwork Tea.
Oh, okay. Sure.
So they have been pushing me to have some merch of myself, because I never thought that I could be like an influencer or something. I'm just an artist. Well, I just make some drawings and I color my drawings, but I don't consider myself like someone that is very great and what he's doing. I don't know. I just do what I like.
That's what everybody should do. Just do what you like, and never be intimidated or feel bad about your drawing skills, and just keep going with it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually all my drawings are clean, but I have an edition of not safe for work, but clean.
But clean.
But clean, yeah.
I think I know of a certain bunny that's in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right
in there.
But
October 16th. Yes.
I told him I was going to tear it out.
You are thinking, what? Paco Panda is driving actually not safe for work? Boom. It's actually situations that are not safe at work.
But they're clean.
But they are clean. PG rated. Here's the bunny.
It's really cute too.
So are you selling these books?
Yeah, I'm selling these books, and when I'm at conventions at Dealer's Den or Artist Alley, it depends where I am. Most of the times I'm at Artist Alley, because I also want to enjoy the convention, and Artist Alley permits you to only be in the table like 1 or 2 days, not all the 3 days of the convention, because I love furry conventions. And I don't want to spend all the convention only sitting and driving. I really want also to be in the convention.
I don't blame you. It sounds like you found a good mix of earning money and then earning your free time to go have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I hear a lot of artists struggle with that because they want to show up to a con and break even, or at least pay for the con.
Make as much money as possible.
Yeah.
But also have as much fun as they can.
Ooh,
and you have to get up really early sometimes to get some of the Artist Alley stuff. I know that with...
Oh yeah, the lottery.
Yeah, some of the places have lotteries and all that stuff, and they'll only... I've only had this explained to me, but like you basically have to get up at like 7 a.m. and
early on a con day,
early, and go get in this lottery, and then maybe you might be in there, or it's first come first serve, so you have to show up like really early to make sure you get your spot and all that. And,
yeah, it's like TFF. TFF makes it as a lottery.
Yeah.
So yeah, I need to be there around 8 or 9 a.m. And maybe I'll have a place in it. It is unsure. That's some disadvantages of wanting to be in the Artist Alley instead of Dealer's Den. But yeah, it really permits me to have actually fun at the convention. Yeah. I think it's the most important, because I love to perform as a panda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy a lot of it being super silly and exploding and interacting with people. It's something that I enjoy not only at furry conventions. I always enjoy to perform as a panda outside the furry conventions. But the people who get crazy that there's a panda, it's very cute, and they have no idea about the furry fandom. And the kids gets crazy with the fursuiters.
It's Pan.
Yeah, yeah, it's Pan.
There he is.
There are people who always ask him that. Well, who are you?
What show are you from?
Are you Po? Are you Po from Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah.
No, I'm a very skinny paw.
So from you doing mascot, like mascot work, I guess, with the bee, are you just hardened now? Or are you just like, I can fursuit all day, like not hot at all, or not? Like
it is hot, of course.
Yeah, like do you have that heat tolerance where you can just do it all day?
Yeah, and also doing the mascot thing in Mexico, I have no idea how it's here in America, but the customs.
Yeah, costumes.
The costumes are very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
because they have to make it like a general size.
Yeah,
like for anybody can wear it. And sometimes the head is very big, and your head is floating in the head. It smells sometimes, which is very disgusting.
Oh, that would be awful. Oh, no.
Yeah, because you have no idea how many people are wear that disguise. So sometimes it's like, okay, oh, I smell like fish. Oh no!
Oh no! Oh gosh!
But then you get used, and then it is the time to interact with people, and it's very fun.
Yeah, you just kind of put it out of your mind. That's what I do. I try to do that with the heat and suit. I just try to forget about it.
Yeah. The one thing I can't undo though is whenever you wear your like Under Armour and everything, and then you take it off, and you're like, oh, I'll go suiting again later, and you put it back on.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Oh no, and you just have to slide it there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I can't do that. It's not.
Neither me.
No.
Can you bring a fan?
Yeah, fans definitely help.
Mm-hmm.
Sooner or later, it's just you gotta get like 5 pairs and just don't mess with the fan. Well, the fan is good for the suit still. But.
Yeah.
But mascoting, they allow you to have as a mascot like only 15 or 20 minutes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's very
so
short
you're not
time.
in there for long.
Yeah, it's very short time.
Yeah.
And I think they also make it that way here in America. They can be mascoting like for a really long time.
Oh, okay.
It is not like fursuiters that sometimes we are like 5-6 hours in fursuit. I don't mind, and it's having fun.
Yeah, I know that we have a friend, Tiger and I have a friend that he works at Great Wolf Lodge. You know who I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
They could suit forever because I don't know how long they stick them in their. He wears their mascot costumes and stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure they must stick him in there for a long amount of time because he's dancing, he's doing everything, and.
Oh yeah, he is active. He's a very active suitor, and he's very entertaining, and he's got it down.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, those are the kind of performers that I enjoy.
I do too, and I look up to them. Yep.
Yeah, when they also are very energetic and exploring with people, interacting with them. I don't know. It is very enjoyable to be with them. More than the pursuits that are only like this.
Looking down.
I feel personally attacked.
Oh no! Sorry.
No, it's fine.
What were you gonna say, Brad?
Oh, I was just going to talk about your friend that works at Great Wolf. He does great balloon art too.
Oh, he does.
He's got a lot of talent.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's like the perfect job to get if you're a furry.
Yeah.
Because you pull out, you pull up, and you're like, all right, I got all these balloons, and you can be. Does he do it in suit? Or no?
I can't
I don't
imagine
think he
does
does.
in suit.
Yeah.
But he'll just pull up a whole bunch of balloons and be like, oh look, dog. Here you go. And he'll just pass out stuff. So I remember, I don't remember exactly what the situation was, but it was at TFF one year, and then I think he just went up to somebody, made a sword. And then made like another one, and then he gave it to somebody, and then they just started fighting.
Oh,
and
wow.
Like you got your own props just right there. You can just make your own props and go
awesome.
And
I wonder if you could make a worm. I'd love a grub. Grub.
Oh. So is there anything else that you do besides just arting? You do a lot of traveling, obviously, with all of your conventions that you're doing. Is that a normal thing that you do, or is that just a thing that you're doing this year just because?
No, this is my life.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah, this
is my life now.
Yeah,
You're like
this
one
is my
of
life
those
now.
characters on the Flintstones. We're still living. Go to these conventions.
4 years ago in Mexico, I was working in an animation studio.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
I was doing character designs, background coloring. Especially in illustration and drawing.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Did you work on what, cartoons, or was it like a web?
It was for cartoons and advertising and TV ads.
For PBS?
Cool.
That's
TV
really cool.
ads. I'm sorry, TV advertising.
Oh, okay.
Commercials.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was taking commissions online.
Yeah.
In the Furry Fandom. And well, to be honest, being an animator as a job in Mexico is not as great as it sounds.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Really
the payment is very low.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I was earning even more like a furry artist than than in the studio.
Wow.
And also, I was not enjoying a lot working on there because I couldn't be myself there.
Oh,
I
sure.
was not an artist. I was not an artist. I was like a drawing factory.
Yeah, yeah.
So there were many deadlines, but extreme deadlines that you need to be this awesome background for tomorrow. It was very heavy. So sometimes the quality was not the ideal, but they didn't mind and they took it and used it.
Yikes.
Yeah, so I was not enjoying working on there a lot. It was my dream job, but I realized that it was not what I expected.
Yeah.
And I was enjoying a lot more to working for furries because even the result was very different. If I gave something to the studio, they were just like, oh yeah, well done. This is the next, and that was all. But for furries, their reaction is very different. Like you are showing a piece of art to them. Oh, it's awesome! It's exactly what I wanted. And they frame it in their house. Mm-hmm. They want the original if they are asking for a traditional work. Yeah. They are putting it in a very special place. Mm-hmm. And you can feel that piece is loved.
Yeah.
And it's very different. And you can be yourself there because it is not only like a drawing factory, because I'm not a drawing factory here as a furry artist. Even if they are describing what exactly they want, I can explore and be myself and put my own style, my own spirit on there. Even I put in the drawing some personal memories, even if the drawing is for someone else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I can make every piece completely me.
Wow.
So that's something that I enjoyed in being an artist in the furry fandom, and more
awesome is that?
More than earning more money or more than can tell that to my parents or to show off that I'm working in an animation studio. No, it is more like working for my happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I prefer this life.
You set your own hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also really nice too. Just being able to like, oh, I can't sleep. I'll just work, and then
and then
you're like, all right, I've done all the work I need to do, and then tomorrow I'll go do this or go do that.
Yeah.
Things I do when I can't sleep.
Oh no.
I wish I was an artist.
Also, it was one of my dreams to be traveling the world. When I was younger, I thought that I was going to travel the world for going to a theme park to another because I love roller coasters.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I know you hate roller coasters.
I don't hate them, and I understand why other people like them.
We got them on a roller coaster.
I can't do it. I can't. I was telling him about that. The mini mine train. Yikes.
Yeah, I thought I was going to travel the world, going to a theme park to another. But suddenly I found the furry conventions, and that is my reason to traveling the world right now.
Which is the dream. You're living the dream, Paco.
Furry conventions would probably be theme parks. It's like basically.
Yeah. roller coaster of emotions you go through.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of crazy people there.
Yeah, the smells.
Yeah, the smells.
And you can see like characters, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
How many countries have you been to now?
Huh?
How many countries have you visited?
Oh, that's a question. Because I've been of course, in Mexico, United States, Canada, Sweden. Well, I was once in Guatemala. Spain, and Switzerland, and Germany. So
wow.
8 countries.
Wow.
When I got here, and he told me that he went to what was it, the Nordic
Mascot, yeah.
And what was it, the one in Canada?
Equinox.
I was like, dude, you've been to more countries than I've been into in my whole life.
Yeah.
2 weeks. Like,
me too.
Shut up! You went to Canada.
Canada, even the slightest cultural differences intrigue me. So I think Canada would be an awesome place to visit.
You would enjoy it.
Even the weather is so different than here, and the architecture and it was cold, wasn't it?
It was cold.
Oh,
it was a perfect weather for being in pursuit outside.
Yeah. It snowed while we were there, and nobody's even excited about it.
Really?
I was very excited.
I haven't seen snow in a long time.
Yeah.
Same with you, probably.
Yeah.
I'm always very excited when I see snow.
Yeah.
I remember for MFF, I was telling Tiger, I hope it snows, and he's like, I don't want it to, it'll be nice, but I don't want it to snow because it might cancel the flights or something like that.
I was scared. Yeah.
Or the roads might get super icy, so it might be really difficult to go outside. I was like, no, I don't care. Cancel all the flights. All the roads are completely undrivable. Let's snow so we can go outside and plan it.
And who was the one that fell on his ass walking to the mall?
Okay, I'm not talking about that, all right? That ice snuck up on me, okay?
Oh man, I was holding on so tightly.
Yeah, I was doing that too, but
it'll get you.
I was telling people too. I was like, man, if somebody's gonna slip on this thing, it's too slippery. And then,
you know what? I've done that before. When I was a kid, I was mad at my brother for some reason, and we were at a Walgreens, and he was getting into the car, and he kind of slipped getting in the car, and being the little meerkat runt I was at 11 years old, I was like, you slipped. And then when I got in, my foot slipped so bad, I fell chest first, just slid down the car. Just slid right off of the seat. And my dad was like, that's what you get.
My first time seeing snow, it was in MFF 2016.
Yeah.
My very first time seeing snow.
Yeah.
I was very, very, very excited.
Oh, I'm sure you were running around in it. You probably turned into just a couple of black dots in the snow with some outline. You went camouflage.
That's what I wanted to happen again. Because I remember we went out there and people were throwing snowballs, making snow angels, and doing all this other stuff. And I was like, that was way too fun. That needs to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
And that'd be what's up.
Yeah, well,
snow. Enjoy the snow. Enjoy snow if in your state or your country it snows. Yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah, it'll snow here one day.
It just ices.
Don't lose your hope.
It just ices.
Whatever.
I just imagine one of those those countdown things of days since snow in Texas.
Yeah.
It's just in the 5 digits or something like that.
It would probably be that by now. It's been 3 years since we got everything. Because I remember getting a 4-wheel drive car and thinking, oh, I want to see how it does in the snow. And then
still haven't been able to.
Ever since I got it, maybe that was the jinx.
Yeah, the 2 years before we had very bad ice storms.
We did. Yeah. And we actually, you weren't here yet. You were in another state. Mm-hmm. But it snowed on Christmas.
I was actually visiting my parents when it happened.
Oh, right.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I remember one time we had the snowy Christmas, and it only snowed for Christmas. I think.
Wow.
It was really great.
Pretty.
In Texas, snow on Christmas? That's impossible. The stars align for that.
You're welcome.
Last time that it snowed in Mexico City was in 1957.
Wow.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We need to get some imported snow or something over here. Like,
yeah.
take all the snow from Canada since they don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
Texas people
We'll take your
in
snow.
Mexico.
I heard it does get cold in Mexico City. I always thought of it as being close to the equator, so always kind of warm there. But I heard it gets pretty cold.
How cold does it get?
Well, it is not that pretty cold.
Uh-huh.
I think it's cold comparing the rest of Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
You do need a jacket though sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when Florida goes into the 60s. Oh.
What is that?
That's the weather radio.
Are we getting a storm?
I don't know.
I
think it's an advisory.
Okay.
It'll tell us in a minute.
Oh.
It's a watch.
Thunderstorm watch.
So that speaking of Texas weather, they warn us about watching out for thunderstorms.
Wow. Yeah, we were talking about weathers and suddenly this.
They're listening.
Remember, people, for those listening, if you don't know the difference between a watch and a warning, a watch means watch out, something may happen, and a warning means a severe storm is coming and you should take precautions. Some people don't know the difference between watches and warnings.
I actually didn't know you had like a radio.
I do, yeah. And right now I'm really wishing I could turn it off, but by the time I go over there and turn it off, it's going to shut itself off.
Yeah. I really didn't like that noise. I was like,
I
okay,
know.
I've never heard this noise before. Where is it coming from?
One night I woke up in the middle of the night just to go to the bathroom, and I didn't know this, but the tornado sirens were going off. And, you know, they're so distant from here, I could hear them through the window.
Wow.
But, you know, they didn't wake me up, and I thought, okay, I need something to wake me up just in case, you know, me and Toto float away in our house. Get carried off to Oz.
But they have flying monkeys.
Yeah, they another reason to be terrified of Oz. Monkeys throw their poop.
You.
Can you imagine what flying monkeys do?
No.
Oh my god. Unstoppable being.
I'll just throw my wallet at him. Take it! Oh.
You.
Tiger.
Yeah.
Can you believe that we've been doing this for an hour and 15 minutes?
Wow. Well, if
every
you know, poor Rabbit's here waiting for us. Maybe we should wrap it up and.
We can here soon. Yeah.
Okay.
I was just saying that because the past couple of podcasts, like the time goes by quick, but then it ends up only being like 40 minutes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hasn't really felt like that at all. So it's been going really fast.
Sorry, by the way.
That's right. This podcast is brought to you by Pizza Hut. Mention this podcast, you get 75% off your total bill.
Ooh. Rabbit said I get money off.
See, this is why we.
The Rabbit.
Huh?
They would say the Rabbit.
The Rabbit, yes.
Oh.
I'll bring you in.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. And my podcast is 2 hours long.
Oh, wow.
And
Tell us about where we can find your podcast again. YouTube?
Yeah, it is on YouTube, but it is easier to find it in the social media. It's on Facebook, Telegram, or Twitter, like at Viernes Furry.
Okay.
Viernes is like a Friday, like the word in Friday in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a Furry Friday. It's Viernes Furry.
Cool.
Yeah, it is a 2 hours weekly podcast. It is in YouTube, but it's only audio. You can see any video. So sometimes we stream, but occasionally. But we have too many audience there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Too many?
Too many.
Wow.
Yeah, too many. Like probably each show is listened by 2,000 people.
Wow.
That's an average, which is a lot.
I can't even count that high.
Yeah.
Well, if it's above 7, I can't count that high anyway.
I only count until 8.
Yeah.
We only have 7 fursuit fingers.
That's right.
Yeah.
7 for.
I had ever since the accident. The accident. Well, we'll put the link we'll edit it in magic right here. Can we do that?
Wow.
Look, it's doing flips and... Can we do that?
You're not doing it right.
Probably not.
Oh, I'm not on the screen.
I'm flipping it around.
Okay.
I'm flipping it around. I'm doing flips with the link.
Can we make the link? Can we make the link purple?
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's gonna be purple. In memory of Rabbit Rabbit. From the other accident.
Yeah, it is run by Coidel Coyote, Apollo, and Paco Panda.
That's you.
That's me. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. We are trying to tell good news to the furry fandom in Latin America. We try to avoid talking about dramas. We are only trying to search the awesome news that are happening not only in Latin America but in all the world.
Positive vibe.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
Always enjoy the positive vibe.
Yes.
We tell about the conventions in other parts of the world because it is not only me who is traveling the world. Also, Coidel Coyote is traveling. He stole my idea of traveling all the conventions, so he's doing the same. He's doing the same right now. Right now, he's in Montreal.
Wow. Is he coming for TFF?
And he's coming for TFF. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
He's got a really cute suit.
Oh,
brand new.
Yeah, he has a really brand new fursuit by.
Well, I'd love to meet him.
Yeah, it is by For the Win Studios.
He doesn't eat meerkats, does he? No. Okay, then I'd love to meet him. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he won't eat you. Yeah.
Oh, yay. That's the first thing people have to tell me when they introduce me to somebody. This is so-and-so. By the way, they won't eat you.
Yeah, no.
Because everything eats meerkats.
Mm-hmm. I'm a panda. I only eat bamboo.
Yeah, you're a vegetarian, aren't you?
Yeah. Not in real life.
Not
in real life, but my character only eats bamboo. Yeah.
Bamboo-itarian.
Yeah, bamboo-itarian.
I don't actually eat grubs in real life. I do eat candy grubs, though. Mm-hmm. I will smash on some trolley bright crawlers.
I'll be smashed on the trolley.
Literally, no, I smash them into a flat piece of candy, and then I eat them. I have to make sure they're dead, you know?
But cockroaches, they are very hard to kill.
Oh,
you can
sure.
smash them, and they're still alive.
Oh, man.
They even crunch. You think, oh, it's dead. It crunched.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Ew. Oh, no. Y'all are grossing me out.
And then they still
Even though I would have loved to go see in El Paso, I'm sure you guys may have seen this, but in El Paso at the zoo, you could you could name a cockroach after one of your exes, and they would feed it to the meerkats.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
I wouldn't have named it. I don't have any exes that I dislike. Well, I get along with all of my exes. I personally believe that if you date somebody, you know, you date them for a reason, and I love being friends with all of them. So I would have named my cockroach a random name.
I would name mine Rabbit.
You would name yours Rabid Cockroach?
I would just see Rabbit. Yeet!
Oh my gosh.
I'm joking,
Well,
alright, yeah, we
I
can
guess
wrap things up.
do an outro here.
Yeah. So,
Well,
we have Paco. Can you buy this at TFF?
Yeah.
Can you buy this online?
No online.
You can buy Paco. Can you buy this one too?
Yeah.
You can buy Paco's books anywhere in the world because he's everywhere. Basically.
Yeah.
And we'll put a link to your podcast somewhere.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And Paco loves hugs, so come and grab him up for a hug. You know, just like this. Oh. Uh-oh, what happened? Where'd Paco go? Well, on behalf of Paco Panda, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much to you to invite me.
We'll see you next time.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Yes, I would love to be here next time.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, come on up then.
Alrighty.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Alright. Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's a wrap, guys.
That's a wrap.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
Thank you, Director Son.
You're running the